Welcome back to atCAMS, and today I have another great opportunity for you to get to know what's going on with the auto industry. And today I am bringing to you the 2022 Subaru BRZ and Toyota GT86 that is coming soon in the auto industry. This month, and within 8 days or so, we're going to have the new reveal of the 2022 Toyobarus. That's how people knows them in the auto industry. And today we have here from Car and Driver and Motor Trend a different perspective of what's going on with these two vehicles. Basically, we all know that these two vehicles have been developed in conjunction between Toyota and Subaru in order to get to bring sports cars and affordable sports cars in the auto industry. So today I have here basically what's gonna be the mule of the BRZ and the GT86. We all know that they have subtle changes in between the models, but primarily they are basically in the core the same vehicle in different skins, right? This is going to be the Toyota version of it, and it looks similar to what the Toyota Supra looks like, with the underline LED lights under the headlamps. And for what I see on the side panels, it looks very much that Toyota and Subaru use what the previous generation of the Subaru and GT86 body look. Basically, body type, I think, is the same. I believe that what they did is that they work on the underpin of this body and move on with newer revamp suspension, newer transmission, and newer engine. Right now, what they're talking about, it's a 2.4 boxer engine to be used in these vehicles to bump up the torque and also the horsepower. I don't think that is going to be a very high output and horsepower. Maybe torque is going to be more than welcome by the auto enthusiasts, but this car is a vehicle that people have been having high hopes, and it's been pretty successful. We cannot say it is not, or it has not been, because a lot of auto enthusiasts enjoy the fact that this vehicle is in the industry. Right now, you can pick up the previous generation of the GT86, which was known in the US as the Scion FRS, for below $10,000 in the first generation 2012, 2013. So we're talking about 7 years old sports car with $10,000 value. I think that is pretty awesome. Right now, we can get to see the rear end of this vehicle. It looks very sleek, but again, like I said, the side paintings of this vehicle looks very much as the current generation. I can tell right here on this picture that they are using a design right here to cool off the maybe the calipers and the brakes, and to draw the air alongside the body. More than likely just to give that sport look on the sides and make it wider. I think that this car was in a perfect shape, perfect size. But again, if you want this car to handle better, which the previous generation or the current generation, it's kind of like tail happy in both sides, and the Toyota side and the Subaru side, I think that we need wider stands, wider tires, and the people are going to modify this vehicle to the max, which is normally what do you do with this affordable sports car. Another thing that we can see about this vehicle is that it's going to be a slicker and meaner looking, and basically the 2.0 naturally aspirated flat 4 is going to go away, and they're going to bring the new 2.4 engine flat 4 with around 260 horsepower. 60 horsepower in this transmission and in this kind of platform is going to be more than welcome, because that has been the biggest problem with the Subaru BRZ and Toyota GT86. Everybody were complaining about it, and I think that is a new, as a new engine, it should be enough, more than enough, to move this car around. So let's take a look on other pictures and photos. This is what I believe is going to be the actual BRZ headlamps. Between one or the other, I rarely have any of the other above on top of the other. Right now, I believe that the BRZ headlamps look a lot more appealing. To me, if you take a look and you squint your eyes very hard, you probably can see some Panamera-like, Porsche Cayman-like style of a headlamp. So we'll see, we'll see. I can see the sculpt fenders on this side of the car and a very elegant hood, or what people in Europe and England call it the bonnet. So I think it's going to be a very gorgeous car, and it's going to be here for the masses. Another thing that we can see here in the news is they're going to have dynamic alterations, including chassis bracing and reworked suspension pieces. Like I said, this vehicle has always been all about driving, and Toyota and Subaru have been like, driving dynamics is their north. But now with some more horsepower, we're probably going to have a serious contender to the Mazda Miata, which has been basically the king and the queen of the hill for so long. This vehicle is supposed to stay below the $29,000. Basically the same 2+2 is gonna be the hardest contender to the Miata. Rear-wheel drive with the 6-speed manual transmission, and also some details from the previous generation. Here we can see a profile picture and side picture of the vehicle right here. The vent, I believe, is going to be a complete functional vent, and on the back, very sleek design on the headlamp, the tail lights, I'm sorry, and basically a different deck lit spoiler, which is more than welcome in this vehicle. I don't like a lot of high and top of the trunk spoilers. I like the stealth looking, very elegant design. So right now in the horizon, we can see that this vehicle is going to be revealed on November 18th of this month, and within 7 to 8 days. And we will get to see basically what is going to be the future of the sports cars and lightweight, affordable sports car. This car is probably going to be a hit. I probably can see myself buying one. I'm a huge fan of the Mazda Miata, and I owned previously 2 Miatas and a G35 from Infiniti. I like sports cars, but I like the actual essence of the sports cars. I like basically lightweight, easy to drive sports cars that you can handle curves and carve the canyons and do your thing around. So here, more pictures that we can see around, of photos that we can see around, of renderings. And I think that this one right here from Car and Driver is going to be probably one of the closest to what the actual model is going to look like. And to me, it has some hints from the previous generation, and it has some hints from the Toyota Supra. On the side panels, again, we can see basically the same model. Like basically they used the same platform to develop this vehicle. They just improved it and they made it wider. You can tell right here with the side skirts that is a lot wider than the previous generation, probably 1.5 or 2 inches wider. And you can tell right here the side vent that is going to compensate that with what this platform looks like. The wheels are gorgeous. If these are the actual current wheels, I think that is going to be a hit. And the front end looks like a Supra right here. Basically, the design tells it all. And the headlamps, again, hints from Toyota Supra. What we can say, I will say that this vehicle should be a hit. Should be in your top of the list vehicles to purchase if you're looking for a sports car that is affordable, that is going to be easy to drive, not much over horsepower and overpowering the chassis or the transmission, and it's gonna make you look like a hero, which is what these platforms are all about. All right, the real MPG, they're talking about 24 in the city, 32 in the highway, maybe 27 combined, which is basically what's going on right now with the current model. And I believe this vehicle is going to be a hit. I'm venturing to say it over and over. You need to take this car on top of your list. The 400Z maybe comes into the mid 30s, but if you want a vehicle below $30,000, sports car, and that you can take it to the track and bring it back home in one piece and nothing failing on it, I think this is the one. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this right here. This is us at atCAMS, and I will see you guys in another day. Have a great night. Oops.